All right, guys, today we've got a new video of the all-electric Hummer. Basically, it's got this thing called crab mode. It's going to go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. LeBron James on here, 1,000 horsepower. Let's check it out.
Understand strength is never enough. Evolving, imagining, seeing the world not as it is, but how it could be. That's how true greatness is realized. That is how you change the world.
So there's the truck. SUV, full-on Hummer. All right. So let's check out and see what this is actually really. This is what crab mode is, right? So crab mode is actually this dude right here. Now this is from the Rivian, obviously, but this is when you think of crab mode, this is what it's going to be able to do. Tank turn. Rivian's a good looking truck too. So let's back it up and let's kind of go through. So essentially the tank turn is cool. You spin in one direction, one the other, and it causes it to turn around. So you can turn around in small spaces. It's just a byproduct of having these motors that are independently. It's not like they build it for that main purpose. It's they put the motors on there for a certain reason, and then independently on each wheel, as a byproduct of having independent motors, you can turn them opposite directions and cause the car to turn around like that. So let's start off here. What do we know so far? So 1,000 horsepower. So that's a lot. Those electric motors make a ton of torque. I don't know how they come up with 1150, but 11.5. Open air infinity roof. So the cool thing about the open air infinity roof is that it's an open air infinity roof. The next thing is that it's well, if you look at the Ford Bronco, it actually has a true open, completely open. There's nothing to dissect the middle of the car, right? On this, there is. If we can see from this different view, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That's super fast, especially if it does come with those big tires that it looks like at the end of the video, which look like 35s or 33s, something like that. You need a ton of torque to turn those over and get the car. It's probably going to be 6,000 pounds plus, maybe even. So to go 0 to 60 in 3, that's why it needs 1,000 horsepower, essentially. Yeah, that's a lot of battery going on there.
Not as it is.
So this looks like that's the truck body. The fenders, you can see the big fender flares. It's looking a little FJ Cruiser-ish with how boxy it is. Now, whether or not it actually looks like that, but that's apparently what it's going to look like. There's better photos here, which is cool. Can't see a ton, but you can definitely see those tow hooks that they do look like they're aluminum. Obviously, this is all they're designing it. What I was saying, if you see this crossbar there, you might have an open deal there, and then 2 sections back there, but it definitely still has a bar dividing it down the middle.
How it could be.
Yeah, you can see there. So let's go. So it's not like the Bronco that's it's actually completely open. They have this big cross section here for support, and then another crossbar there. So whereas the Bronco, you have a bar here that goes all the way down from door to door, but it's actually literally completely open in the middle. Completely open in the Bronco. I don't know why I'm comparing it to the Bronco. It's just 'cause I've been making so many Bronco videos. Now, if you're just looking at the Hummer by itself, not comparing it to the Bronco, that's totally cool because it's very, very open air. And it's a truck bed, so it's a 4-door truck, and those are selling a lot right now. I love the size of it. It's very super, huge, blocky, tough, rugged, masculine, whatever you want to call it. If you notice, those fender flares are not on this design. The fender flares were on the clay model. See how aggressive those are? And you don't see those at all right there. Those didn't make the cut. What they did, they just made the fenders bigger. So less like fender flare looking and more just actual fender, which in my opinion is cooler, so it makes it wider looking. Got some bulges on the hood. So I kind of do like the square rounded front end. Like it's square but it's kind of rounded. Hope that makes sense. This reminds me of the old 4-door Escalade thing or whatever they used to make. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so moving right along. Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
That's how true greatness is realized. That is how you change the world.
Okay. Adrenaline mode, which probably be like all out mode where you can get full power. Of course, it's going to run down the battery faster, right? But to actually get 1,000 horsepower out of that big truck, you're not going to last very long as far as range and all that stuff. But you'll be able to press a button, I'm assuming, just like on the Tesla, where you get Ludicrous Plus. But 3 seconds, 0 to 60 in a huge off-road capable vehicle is pretty amazing. And so it is what it is. It's, you're going to have something to power it up. You have to charge it up. It's not going to be like a gas-powered vehicle where you can just stop anywhere and get gas. But so it does have the downsides, obviously. So adrenaline mode, crab mode, which we talked about. I don't know about the battery. Super fast charging. Hopefully it's going to be able to charge fast, which makes it, a lot of people are concerned. That's kind of the biggest thing. I've got a client who's got a new Tesla, and he says it takes depending on the charging system, even the fastest charger still takes, what you'd want to be able to do ultimately is get these cars to charge just as fast as someone who has to pump gas. So you got to pump gas every 5 days if you drive to work every day, and you got to charge up every 5 days, and they both take 5 minutes or 10 minutes, right? Next gen Super Cruise, which I'm assuming, Super Cruise assistant features. Let's see what it says down here. Super Cruise assistant feature for compatible highways. Always pay attention while driving. So this is something like, work electrical system, cell reception, GPS system. This has something to do with autonomous driving, navigation, and all that stuff. Infinity roof, Super Cruise, super fast charging. Infinity roof, modular sky panels. So the infinity roof is going to be like the open design, and then the modular sky panels are going to be the pop-out panels like we've been seeing on that Bronco so much recently. Ultra vision cameras. They're doing a lot of camera work these days. So you can see the thing with it, if you're actually going to go off-roading in a big, huge vehicle, one of the things that's hard to do is like, you're approaching a rock, and you're coming up to it, and you're like, okay, don't hit that with my oil pan, right? And by the time you pull up, because you're going so slow, because it's really rough terrain, you stop, and you can't see it anymore because it's so close to you. And then you kind of forget where it's at, and then you don't want to just drive over when you don't know. So these cameras, because you'll smash your oil pan because you forget where it's at. And you start second guessing yourself. Was it over here? So the cameras will help you see where things are a little bit better. So you can just look down and you'll have a camera in front or behind underneath the car so you don't smash. There's no oil pan on this one though. See it fall 2020, which is coming up soon. Reserve it fall 2020. See reserve. Production begins fall 2021. So that's the truck. Not bad looking. Big off-road tires, all-terrain off-road tires. Those look like big wheels. So it's kind of got the big wheel lower profile thing going, which will be good for the street. I don't know how good. It'll be good for most people. But if you're going to do some really rugged off-roading, you don't want to be smashing those wheels up. You want to have a little bit more tire and give you a little bit more compliance. And then you've got, so that's the outline of the body. It looks good. And you're not going to be able to put a big sheet of plywood back there or a dirt bike, but and first super truck, which is cool. That's what I want to see. So pre-production model shown, SUV production timing and product details to be announced at a later date. So they're going to do the truck first, and then they're going to do the full-on Hummer. I prefer the SUV style. For maybe it just looks better. Plus, you can camp inside of the vehicle without getting eaten by bears. Yeah, so I prefer to have all that. But there it is. So looking a little FJ Cruiser-ish on the front. It's looking a little bit long. You know, it does look a little long. The wheelbase is pretty good size. But it should have a lot of space inside. So maybe even, it looks like it's got enough room for 3 rows, but we'll see. We'll find out soon. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. So would you prefer to have the truck or the SUV? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I keep you updated with daily postings on the latest automotive news. And hit the links below. I've got lots of Bronco t-shirts, all the new Ford Bronco stuff. It's all in the links below. And let me know, would you rather have the truck or the SUV? Let me know in the description. I'll catch you in the next video.